From the News Channel 5 Network and Out and About newspaper, this is Out and About Today. Sponsored by the Tennessee Performing Arts Center.
Well, hello and welcome to another edition of Out and About Today. I'm Chuck Long. On tonight's show, Brent Meredith will speak with Chris Sanders from the Tennessee Equality Project about Tennessee Marriage Act. But first, it's trending topics on Buzz About, and joining me, my co-host Brent and Pam, and singer, performer, and all-around great pop culture guru, Don Brown. Great to have you here,
Thank
Don.
you. I like that title. Appreciate it.
That's awesome.
Exactly. We've got a lot to get to. Now, I know you watch the show, Don, so you know in Buzz About we talk about the topics. But before we get into a couple of our topics, you performed, which has always fascinated me, with some of what I call the grand Hollywood dames.
Sure did.
So, I mean, you toured with Debbie Reynolds and so many others. So I'm going to throw up some pictures, and you tell me the first thing that comes to mind when we pop up that picture, okay?
Perfect.
All right, so here we go.
I
Word
love this.
association. Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher.
Oh my gosh, best boss and hardest boss to work for.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You don't want to
Yeah,
differentiate?
tell us some more.
Well, you know, she was an individual who grew up in the OMGM days, and so rehearsals were very, very strenuous. And when we thought we just had it, no, we would go on for hours and hours. And so tough boss and a wonderful giving lady, but kind of guarded.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Sounds good. All right. I think the next picture we have is with Jane Withers and Lee Merriweather. Now, Jane Withers, she really goes back to the golden days of Hollywood.
Right. She was a child star in the 30s and 40s, and I wrote her my first fan letter in the 7th grade, and not knowing that 30 years later we would be really good friends. In fact, the picture you have, we celebrate our birthdays together every year. Lee Merriweather, Jane, and then a friend of mine named Brian.
Of course, Lee Merriweather, Miss America, Catwoman on Batman.
Yeah,
Barnaby
that's
Jones.
right.
Yeah.
Barnaby Jones, yeah. So great lady there too. Okay, now we're going to go on with Joan Collins.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Exactly like Alexis Carrington, identical. So she didn't stray far from her character.
Okay. All right. Did you happen to know Jackie Collins, her sister?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. I'd met her but not on a friendship basis.
Okay, so just recently passed.
Yes.
And then finally, Phyllis Diller.
Yeah.
What a classic.
You know what? I was with her 1 month before she passed away, and I was at her home, and she said her assistant was trying to get her to drink juice, and all she wanted was a double dirty martini. And so I said, "You go, girl. In your 90s, you deserve it." So
that is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, well, we're going to get right into our trending topics. And one of the ones, actor Tom Hardy recently shut down a reporter who asked about his sexuality. He was promoting the movie Legend, which he actually plays one character. They're twins, the Cray twins, and one is gay, and it's been rumored the other was. But we're going to play this clip, and then we'll talk about it on the backside. So take a look.
I'm Graham Coleman from Daily Extra, and we're an LGBT news organization. And our question is for Tom Hardy. In the film, your character Ronnie is very open about his sexuality, but given interviews you've done in the past, your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
I was referring to an interview given to Attitude magazine a few years ago.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why?
Why?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, awkward. Okay, yeah. So, and the interview that he was referring to in 2008, Tom Hardy does talk about, as a boy, of course I have. I'm an actor for blank's sake. I'm an artist. I play with everything and everyone, but I'm not into men sexually. I love the form and the physicality, but the gay sex bit does nothing for me. But so he talked about it. So what are your feelings on that, Brent?
As to whether or not they should have asked him?
Yeah.
I really don't see why there's any problem with it. I mean, if you're a celebrity, you're a public figure, you're already up for, I mean, you've given up a lot of your privacy. And I mean, to ask, I mean, why should you be ashamed? All I had to say was I'm straight, I'm bi, I'm gay.
Right.
It was an awkward exchange, and so probably the reporter could have done it better, but I mean, that's how things are. But I think he can be asked, and he has the right to evade, not answer, whatever he's going to do, but we're curious. I want to know about people.
Sure.
Just on a human level.
Yeah. What did you think, Don?
You know, he's not the first to be asked that question. He surely is not going to be the last, and because of the interview that he did prior, I think it was open game.
Well, it was interesting. I don't mean to interrupt, but I felt like the initial question wasn't really about his sexuality. He just wanted to know, it was kind of what you just asked us. Is it okay to talk about it? And then he made it an awkward situation and about himself.
Right. And especially he's in a movie where he's playing a gay character.
Exactly.
So to me,
yeah, it's
and the Huffington Post even followed up that saying it's time that actors don't find that offensive. It's just simply who you are. So why should that be offensive?
Right.
Yeah. So,
Right.
all right, let's take a look at the next clip. This is great because Princeton football player Mason Darrell recently came out, and it was to very good response. So take a look at this, and we'll talk about it on the backside.
People will surprise you. I mean, I was definitely concerned that people, that teammates would react very poorly. And I think in this day and age, people just don't really care about it. It's really not a big deal anymore. I feel like I'm at a really great place in my life. Everything's been going well since I came out here and at home. And so now I just, I want to show people that you can be gay and play Division I football. And if that's going to help, some sophomore in Arizona come out to his teammates and be comfortable in himself, then, I mean, that's the reason I'm doing it.
All right, so he's actually the only openly gay football player in NCAA football. So what was your feelings that this just seemed to be so easy?
I said bravo to Princeton's football team and the coaches that, their only concern was playing good football.
That's right.
And so my hope and dream is that in the future that anyone's out is as easy as that, because it hasn't been for so many of us,
Right, right. And of course, I know you follow college football.
I sure do.
And yes, you do. 10 years ago, this would not have happened.
No,
So.
I know you're right. And it was strategically planned, which everything is, I guess. And I love the article I read. He's approaching his coach with this dread, as we all do. We have those first conversations. And the coaches thinking dreadfully too that he has some kind of, like, there's some injury and he's not going to be able to play. And it's like, oh, I'm gay, okay, I can deal with that. Let's,
Right.
Let's move on. And his friends were the same way, you can read somebody's body language and their friends are worried, you got girl trouble, you got this, no, I'm gay, okay, let's,
And I thought it was funny that he said, and then after I told him, we went back to eating mozzarella sticks and watching video games.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I agree with these guys. I mean, I'd encourage folks to watch the rest of the video because it was nice to hear from the coach and the other players.
It really is very encouraging. So once again, we're out of time on Buzz About, but we really appreciate Tom Brown stopping
thank you.
by.
That was quick.
Come back.
I will anytime.
All right, more stories in the future. All right, well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Buzz About, but we are continuing with Out and About today right after this, so come on back with us.